Hello, hello. Why is it so dark? Okay, it's brightening up because I'm a little bit closer. Hi, it's been a while. I haven't done YouTube for a really long time, and I even made a video like a few days ago, and I think I'll post that a little bit after. But I just want to kind of do a life update. I'm already stuttering, which is kind of funny, but I kind of want to do a life update of what's been happening throughout the year. And it's 2025, and we are coming to an end, and I still have to put all my festive holiday stuff up in here because it's looking a little bit like fall right now, and it is super bright this morning, which I really love. But okay, is this bright enough? I feel like it's brighter here. Maybe I have to talk closer to it. It gets so dark. I feel like this is the angle, but I'm really leaning in right now. Okay, but I wanted to introduce myself a little bit. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michelle. I am a beauty entrepreneur and now your UGC content creator. So that is a quick update for me because for people who know me, I have been doing content creation for about 6 months now. It's been since June of this year, and I have to tell you, I am loving it. I wish I pushed it a little bit more during the summer, but I've only been pushing it since September. So I'm in like a very transitional stage right now. But before that, I am also a beauty entrepreneur, and what that means to me is that I actually own a small studio in downtown, but I have to tell you before I even tell my audience on Instagram because they don't even know that I have YouTube. I don't know why I keep it separate, but it's just a weird thing about me because I think I'd rather talk to strangers than people that I've already connected with. But my lease is ending next year, early next year actually. And there's just been a lot of things that I am going through with it. And right now, I am only taking it day by day to figure out what I want to do and how I want to approach everything. But one thing I know for sure when I have been doing this business is that I love my regulars. I love my customers. They have made me so happy for the last 4 years of my life. And I honestly don't feel like letting them go just yet. So I think when my lease is up, I will be finding another studio. And I do want to work closer from home so I can do my content creation at the same time. So I definitely haven't been taking like new clients, but if they find me, obviously I will take them. But I haven't been promoting it as much as I should have. So everything I've been doing has been very comfy, but I think I'll elaborate that a little bit later about running the studio and how it went if you're interested. But now I have been doing UGC, which I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about more because I'm still at that stage where I'm still trying to figure it out because it took me so long to truly understand what UGC really meant. And when people are talking about UGC, they're mixing it up with influencer. And I have to keep repeating this to myself so that it's easier for me to explain down the road that UGC is not being an influencer. You don't need a lot of following on Instagram or whatever socials that you're using. You just need to learn how to make content. And I would say making your content is so essential. And I think that's why in the beginning of the summer, all I did was before doing any pitches or brand deals, I just ended up creating content and like playing with like edits, Canva, CapCut, even one other tool, DaVinci Resolve. But I didn't really, it took me so long to understand that it wasn't as user friendly. But I understand it, but it's a lot. And I'm not a full-on editor, so it's not like the best thing that I like to do. So right now, I think while I'm working on my business on the side, I am also trying to learn how to create better videos for you guys and to just make it more aesthetically pleasing in the way that I want, so I don't tired or burnt out on like the content that I make that makes any sense. But I think for this video here, it's gonna be a little bit more raw than my previous ones because I kind of just like talking and just seeing the vibe of how it goes. Also, the reason I did this video right now is because my client for the morning actually canceled. So I don't have to go in early and I can just, hang out with you guys. But my plan later today is actually shoot some videos in by the seawall near my store. Just because it's not raining, it's a beautiful day, obviously, because the sun is literally hitting the back of me. I don't know why I'm wearing black now, but I'm pretty sure it's deceiving because it's probably colder than what I expect outside, and I don't get off until like 7 or 8 or whatever. I feel like I just sidetracked, but anyways, I've been doing UGC. UGC means user generated content creation, or content, whatever you feel like. But basically, it's not about you, it's about the brand that you are doing. So I'm gonna give you one example. If a beauty company decides to partner with me and they want to do a collaboration, I just do a reel or TikTok or whatever they are requesting for the proposal, and then you accept or agree. And it could be vice versa too, where instead of them reaching out to you, you can be pitching as well. But usually the fun part is that the ones that are sending you products are the ones that are more flexible in the creation and they don't require as much. But I really think it gives you a really good opportunity to kind of just see how things go. I think it really gives you an opportunity on how you want to do your video and how you're going to improve each time you get like a new product, and just like working with a partner and what's actually not a scam and versus like an actual deal. Okay, besides content creating, and if you want to get into this as well, you have to build a portfolio. So when I'm talking about content creation, I'm also talking about trying to get gifted collabs. So that's where I am. So I've been getting a lot of gifted collabs. I've actually been doing some local collaborations with small businesses in my area, which is kind of nice. So they kind of know who I am. I forgot what I was talking about. Guys, I am blanking. I forgot what I was talking about. But anyways, I guess I've been doing gifted collabs and I am loving it. There are definitely ones that are a little scammy, but you have to kind of be careful with those. And what I did to actually get into these is actually sign up for these private, I guess they're private like channels through Instagram, and they kind of just send you like, oh, here you can apply for this, and then here you go. So it's kind of effortless for me right now, which is nice. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Okay, I was talking about building your portfolio. So building your portfolio means that when you're doing these creations and then you finally have that post up, that means it's part of your portfolio. That means whatever collaboration that you did for that video, put it in there. And I think there are so many examples on how like you can build your portfolio and how you can make it look like. But to start off, you have to kind of use either a website, or this one is free. It's actually Canva, but you can make a little portfolio for yourself and do a little bit of an intro, who you are, what you do, what videos you've made so far. There's definitely more to it if you'd like to add on, and you kind of just have to creep on other UGC creators or even influencers on how they set up their page, because usually it's on their link in bio in their Instagram if you want to kind of creep them. So now we have content creation and building your portfolio. And I think the last thing that I want to kind of elaborate on is actually engaging. So this is what I actually did for the summer when I talk about engagement. Engagement isn't just about, oh my god, thanks for, or love the video, heart, blah blah blah. Like sometimes I do that because, why not? What it means to me is actually having a conversation with other creators or getting to know them and just like building a small relationship. It doesn't have to be a full-on, hey, let's be friends, but it's more like, hey, like I acknowledge you and I see you and I love your work. Ask them questions on how they did it if they want to share, or just like, be interested in who they are. Because I think at the end of the day, you want to figure out what you're doing wrong and how you can improve yourself as a creator. So this is definitely what I've learned so far, and I am trying to figure out who to pitch to, because my whole thing about building my portfolio is that I low-key want to just adventure and travel and do work at the same time and create videos and create experiences for everybody. And I think that's always just been a personality of mine, where I always want to share my stories and where I am, all my successes, all my downfalls as well, because with success there's always failures, and you don't know how many times somebody has failed beforehand before they even succeeded. But I think overall I am just loving the UGC content and just figuring out how to do it again. I feel like I've just restarted my business multiple times, and I feel like this is the route that I really want to take. And you know what? I've restarted before, and I've already proven that I can create a business model when I want to, and I can create it as far as I want it to go. But I think personally for me, when they say about, do something that you love, I think you really do have to. I always have to think. I think you really do have to do something that you love, but you don't know what you love until you try different things. So I remember when I was doing my beauty business, or when I started doing my beauty business, I was looking for more zen, more peaceful, more like, oh my god, I don't want any stress in my life, because the last job that I had was such high stress for me. And I'm not a person that can learn just right away with like a click of a button. It takes like months for me to just like let it sit in. And I feel like I had to push myself to just be on the top so I could be recognized, which, like at some points I did. And I definitely was recognized for my work, but it just took a lot of effort, as I recall. So when I came into the beauty business, I was like, okay, I need to relax. I need to chill for a little bit, because my brain was overstimulated and I haven't even like done any self-care, self-work. Like I wasn't taking care of myself. And that was like the whole reason, I think, why I wanted to go into this business. Sure, opening up a studio was a lot, and to even think about getting clients is a lot, but to me it was actually a little bit effortless, because I already kind of had like a little bit of a background to it. Not that I have a background of opening a salon, but I have a background of just understanding the process and what it goes through. And through being a entrepreneur in that kind of sense, I figured out like, okay, this is what I like. This is like, I love making videos. I love being online. I love sharing my stories. And the one thing that I was also really missing while I was doing this beauty business, and actually for the last year only, it was like not social networking. I wasn't collaborating with anyone because it felt like I was just doing things alone. So throughout the summer, my real focus, besides like UGC content creating, was actually doing a lot of social networking. So there was a lot of social networking in downtown Vancouver. There's always different groups that I kind of ran into, definitely some from the beauty industry. I actually met a lot of other entrepreneurs who were kind of like in the same route or building the same kind of style. And to me, when I started doing that, that was actually so much fun, just because I started to talk to people. I was like, oh, hi. I think if you want to go into like social networking like events, you better go alone, because I was doing things alone and I thought it was a better idea. When you're with somebody and you come in with like a little partner, I feel like you don't actually engage as much as you would when you are just alone. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. There was one that I was invited to with my friend, and I personally just didn't even want to engage with anybody else, because all I did was want to talk to her and then just kind of go for a drink later on. But we should have actually. But it was kind of fun because it was like a nice pretty hotel, and then there's a view, and then you can listen to like corporate entrepreneurs, sorry, not entrepreneurs, women in corporate settings and how to talk to executives. So that was an interesting one. But I would say maybe do things alone and just kind of figure out where you lie. You don't have to fit in, because I think for a good chunk of my life and so forth, I like just never fit in anywhere. I always wanted to do things myself. I always kind of stood out, and I don't know if that was ever a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, I think there's an ad going in the background, but that's okay. I don't have YouTube premium, so I think I wanted to wrap it up. But I think this is where my videos are going to be for a good chunk of it. And then maybe some outside when I'm sitting at the seawall alone. But I low-key don't want to bring my camera because it's a little bit big and I feel like someone's just gonna take it and I'm gonna be sad because my brother will kill me because it's not even my camera, it's his. Okay, no more ads. But I think this year there's just so many things that I went through and I'm just still discovering a little bit of myself. Like, you know, I think there's just this whole thing where it's like, oh my god, when you're in your 30s, you're gonna be more stable, you're gonna be more prepared for life and to be more wiser and better. But to me, I feel like it's the total opposite, which is crazy because in my early 20s, and I still highly believe in that, I actually feel like I did way more stuff in my 20s and I have so many experiences, whether that's travel, relationships, career wise. Like, I feel like I did a lot more. Low key, I think it's because I eliminated going to school and like wasting like 4 years of it, and I just took adventure, took work. I took more like life experience, and now in my early 30s, I'm just completely lost. I don't know if you could say it's lost or if it's just me kind of reinventing myself or trying to figure out who I am again, because I just want so many things in my life. I don't know if that's the Gemini in me, and I'm not really like a horoscope person, but like I really believe like that it's the Gemini in me where I want to do so many things at once, but I do nothing at all. Okay, what else do I want to recap? So many things, and I think I'm coming at the end of the video, but thanks for listening. Oh, and by the way, I think I want to keep doing YouTube, even though it's just me talking and just rambling on. But I did partner with ManyChat because I really do believe in ManyChat. And I really believe for everyone who is doing social media, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, or on YouTube, you have to use ManyChat. I can send you the link on the bio right now, but I will talk more a little bit in the next video. But I just want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for giving me a little bit of a break. And I'm probably going to be changing my video style in a different way and being a little bit more nonchalant because I can. You know, I always wanted to do podcasts because I wanted to be less scripted and kind of just be like talking about whatever I want to do throughout the day or throughout the week and what's been happening, and just keep you life updated. I think I like vlogs better though, because it's less pressure. Thanks for watching, but comment down below if you are doing UGC or you want to know how it's like, and let's talk. Bye.